2, 1, go!
Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, and welcome to the Kanto region, and more specifically Cinnabar Island, where the Cinnabar Flare are hosting the Pewter Stones. And the Stones are immediately starting out with some of their fossil Pokemon, Omastar and Archeops, taking the field as Ninetales and Magma take the field for the Cinnabar Flare, and instantly Ninetales sets up a drought. It's going to make that harsh sunlight. See if we can see a Solar Beam in this matchup. Only take one turn as Archeops immediately goes with the stockpile. Archeops being one of the fastest Pokemon in this matchup potentially, unless we see Talonflame, who is quicker than its fellow flying type. Smog from Ninetales is not very effective on Archeops. Does get the critical hit, but still does minimal damage, as Magma goes with the Dragon Darts and hits both Omastar and Archeops. Not doing a great deal of damage, but they are continuing the offense as Omastar responds with the Luster Purge. A decent hit there. It's also going to lower Magma's special defense. And Archeops follows that up with the Accelerock onto Ninetales. A very impressive, super effective hit there. And Ninetales goes with the Wish as we see that shooting star go over the sky. A beautiful sight to see as Magma sets up with the Ingrain, looking to restore its health here. That could be a very good play if it holds on long enough in this match. Omastar goes with the Tail Whip, looking to lower the defenses of both Ninetales and Magma with that move, and it is successful. Archeops has the opportunity now to capitalize after Magma absorbs some nutrients with those roots that are planted, and Archeops goes with a Vine Whip, which isn't very effective, but is a decent hit. Unfortunately, Omastar is able to avoid Ninetales' Thunder Fang and payback from Magma onto Archeops. Decent hit, but Omastar goes with a Volt Switch onto Ninetales and finishes Ninetales off. Ninetales being eliminated. But with that said, Omastar also goes back to the bench. Omastar is still in this matchup, unlike Ninetales, and it's Gigalith coming out for the Pewter Stones, and it brings about the Sandstorm with that Sandstream ability. This is going to do damage to the Fire-type Pokemon, which is great for the Pewter Stones as Magma continues to restore health with those roots it planted. Now out comes Rapidash. So we have more Kanto Pokemon on the side of the Cinnabar Flare, and immediately though gets met with a Power Gem, super effective from Archeops. Rapidash sets up the safeguard, trying to ensure that none of the team suffer any status conditions, and Magma goes with a Flare Blitz. It gets the same type attack bonus, but it's not very effective on the very defensive, very physical Gigalith, who goes with the Autotomize. So Gigalith is going to boost its stats here, raising that speed greatly, also becoming very nimble in the process as Rapidash and Magma do get hit by that Sandstorm. See if the Rock types can continue to take advantage of this momentum they look to be building here very early in this matchup. But that Blizzard is avoided by both Magma and Rapidash from Archeops, as Rapidash goes with the Amnesia to boost its special defense here. Magma follows it up with a Smart Strike onto Archeops. A very good hit, super effective, eliminates the flying fossil. Archeops taken out of this matchup, and Gigalith goes with a Water Gun onto Rapidash. It is super effective, but it is not very strong in its special attack department, as that Sandstorm continues to afflict the Cinnabar Flare, which is doing great for the Pewter Stones as Omastar comes back out onto the field. See if it can capitalize on its water typing, but before that, Rapidash goes with the Flash Cannon onto Gigalith. Super effective, good hit there, also lowering Gigalith's special defense. Magma following it up with a Circle Throw onto Gigalith, and Gigalith hangs on after another super effective move, but it does go back to the bench, and out in its place comes another Water Rock type to join Omastar, and that's Caracosta, who goes with the Razor Shell onto Rapidash, and Rapidash is taken out with that super effective hit from the Cantonian Fossil. Magma still suffering the effects of that Sandstorm, and you have to think it's going to get kicked up again when Gigalith comes back out onto the field. And now it's Cinderace, Libero Cinderace, because of that home field advantage, and its type immediately changes to Grass. It uses Power Whip, and Omastar gets hit and is eliminated. This is much better by Cinderace than what it did in their last matchup, where it had no positive effect whatsoever. And Magma going for more health restoration, going with the Synthesis. Very good play there by Magma. Still very impressed by what that Cinderace did. But it doesn't matter about Magma though, because it is now eliminated. That super effective hit from Caracosta took Magma out as that Sandstorm subsides. But we know the Gigalith is coming back out onto the field to start it back up as Flareon comes out for the Cinnabar Flare. I cannot believe Caracosta took Magma out like that and immediately gave him back the lead. Now Gigalith is still hanging on in this matchup as it kicks up that Sandstorm from coming back out on the field, and Cinderace's Libero changes its type to normal now, and it goes with the wrap onto Gigalith, which isn't going to do a great deal of damage, but it may be able to finish it off with the after effects of that move. Before that though, Flareon goes with the Astonish onto Caracosta. Very minimal damage again as Caracosta goes with the workup instead of going for the physical type move again. For the offensive type move again, sorry. It instead boosts its attack and special attack, hopefully in preparation for next turn, as that Horn Leech from Gigalith to Flareon could potentially keep it in this matchup if it gets enough health to prevent the wrap from taking it out. But before that happens, Cinderace and Flareon do get hit by the Sandstorm that was set up by Gigalith coming back out onto the field. But here's this wrap that afflicts Gigalith, and Gigalith is able to hold on. So that Horn Leech was a brilliant play. Cinderace's type now changes to Poison, and it goes with the Shell Side Arm, and it looks like it's going to go for Caracosta. Doesn't do a great deal of damage, but it does chip away at the Rock Water type. But more importantly, it also has left it poisoned. So it's going to continue to hurt Caracosta for the rest of this matchup, as Calm Mind is performed by Flareon, finding its Sense of Chi, boosting its special defense and special attack. Vital Throw though by Caracosta almost eliminates the evolution, and Gigalith goes with the Tail Whip to lower the defenses of the fire types. But Flareon's able to hold on, but we have to remember that Sandstorm is still on the field right now. There's that Sandstorm hitting Cinderace, but now it hits Flareon, and now Flareon is taken out. And Flareon is eliminated. There are only 2 Pokemon remaining for the Cinnabar Flare. There are 4 remaining for the Pewter Stones as Caracosta gets hit by the poison. But it looks like it's only going to be 3 Pokemon remaining for the Pewter Stones, as Gigalith is hit and eliminated by that wrap that was performed earlier by Cinderace. And Arcanine now coming out for the Cinnabar Flare. And it's actually a Fire Rock type coming out for the Pewter Stones in Colossal, who immediately gets hit by a Magma Storm from Cinderace. Now it's going to do minimal damage, but also Colossal has become trapped by the swirling magma. It has got that Steam Engine ability though, so its speed has just risen drastically. It is now faster than Arcanine, and immediately goes for the Fury Swipes, hitting Cinderace twice. Arcanine going with the Smackdown, and it lays the Smackdown on Caracosta's candy. You know what? But Caracosta responds with the Leech Life immediately onto Arcanine. Decent hit there for a not very effective move, actually, when Caracosta gets some much needed health back in storage. Cinderace continuing to get hit by that Sandstorm, as does Arcanine now. But this is great for the Pewter Stones. They have a 3-2 advantage, and Colossal may be faster than Cinderace, which would be quite a sight to see. Cinderace is going after Colossal. Colossal's faster than it, and goes with the Oblivion Wing onto Arcanine. It's going to restore its own health now. Colossal almost gets itself back to full strength, and the Baton Pass by Cinderace Libero does fail, so it is now a normal type Pokemon as Arcanine goes with the Trick or Treat. And speaking of type changes, it does have that Ghost typing added to Caracosta, so you have to think now, is it a 3-type Pokemon? And the Grass Pledge onto Arcanine from Caracosta, not very effective. And there's that Sandstorm. It is still going. That's had huge implications in this matchup, thanks to Gigalith returning to the bench and coming back onto the field. That Poison doing decent damage to Caracosta. That Magma Storm hits Colossal. Still in between turns as Colossal performs the Dragon Dance here. It is going to boost those special stats, I believe, which is a good play potential. Sorry, it boosts its attack. Its speed is not going to go any higher, so nothing to do with the special stats. As Cinderace flies up high into the air with that Fly, now being a flying type Pokemon, it's not going to be very effective on the rock types, but Arcanine goes with the Hydro Pump. Surely it should have gone for Colossal with that move, instead going for Caracosta, but it almost gets the elimination as Caracosta sets up to perform the Geomancy. It will not get to finish that because it is poisoned. And that Sandstorm has finally subsided from the battlefield. So many weather conditions in this matchup, but Caracosta is eliminated by that poisoning. Sorry, you have to think though, Arcanine should have gone for the Hydro Pump onto Colossal. Would have had quad damage to it. As Aurorus now comes out and Colossal performs the Volt Switch onto Arcanine, it won't return to the bench, but Arcanine will because it has been eliminated. And Cinderace responds with a Fly, going on to Colossal, not doing a great deal of damage, but Aurorus goes with the Heat Wave onto the flying type Cinderace. Cinderace is now burned. That has only happened because it's no longer a fire type and it is hurt by that burn. And Colossal hurt by the Magma Storm, maybe Cinderace can get its typing back to Fire-type. But before that can even happen, Colossal goes for the lunge and finishes it off. The Pewter Stones have won with that not very effective move. Cinderace did its best in this matchup, but the Pewter Stones were too powerful for the Cinnabar Flare. A fantastic win over their fellow Cantonian side. That's going to move the Pewter Stones up to 13th place. Cinnabar Flare sitting... the Pewter Stones up to 3rd place. Cinnabar Flare sitting in 15th. Next round, they're going to face the new Morphle Devils, whereas the Pewter Stones will face the Jubilife Venom. But in our last matchup of round 2, it is the matchup predicted to be the championship trial, the grand trial, Opelousas Draconids versus the Shamudu Keepers. I really look forward to seeing how that one goes, but until then, Nidorinos. Also, they're both 5th. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you're awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.